I once went with the CMO of Enterprise Car Rental all over St. Louis trying to find a phenomenal kosher restaurant. By the way, none. And we ended up.
He thought there was a kosher. He thought he was taking you to a.
He was convinced that there was going to be this kosher restaurant that we'd be able to have a wonderful experience. I ended up going to a dinner with him at Budokan in New York, and then he said, "I'd love to repay the favor because I see you can't eat anything. So when you come to St. Louis, I'll take you for a nice kosher meal." I'm like, that's not happening. And so we literally ended up driving up all over, and we ended up at this dive. And we walk in, and I'm so horribly embarrassed. He's like, "Oh, it's so authentic." I was mortified. But that became a big turning point for me to say, you know what, just embrace it. And
you can have food brought into a regular restaurant, but it has to be...
It has to be double wrapped, heated a certain way, and if any steps in the process end up getting kind of messed up, you can't eat the food, and then you've massively insulted your host. So it's kind of, there are two things wrong with it. One is that there's great risk of it going wrong, and two, it calls so much attention to you, and not in a good way. So there are some challenges associated with that. But I've learned to go with it and just embrace it. And the thing that I think has worked really well for me is the consistency. I think there are a lot of people that when you see something that's not quite like everybody else, you try to either cover it up or you make excuses or you find loopholes. And I think one of the things that I've been fortunate is that I've really stayed very true to the value system that I've been raised with. And so it's very clear, like there are just certain lines that I won't cross. You're never gonna catch me on a Saturday working, and and just because I'm emailing you Saturday night, you don't need to email me back. And I'm never going to be able to eat where you're eating, but they become kind of, those are my vulnerabilities, but they're also my assets because people know that they're dealing with somebody who stays true to their values no matter what that is. And I'll be candid about it, in which case, if I'm going to be candid about that, I'm probably not going to be messing with you in any other way either. And in the ad business, there's a lot of BS.